Hi YouTube, it's Vanessa and I came to share my foundation routine. I don't do very well with doing the foundation online or on camera, so I'm just practicing. I did buy a new foundation last week. I've been using it for a week and it's by Becca, and it is the Matte Skin Shine Proof Foundation, and I have it in the color Sienna. I started out with a clean face. I moisturized with Pureless Hydra Balance Moisturizer, it's called. And I got that in my Ipsy bag for the month of May. So I've already moisturized. I do have lots of acne scarring and super large pores. I haven't found anything yet that works well with covering them other than plastering on too much makeup, and I don't like that look. So I just have to work with what I got. This week I bought this Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I've been trying several different types of primer, and so far I'm liking this one. It lasts me a good 6 to 8 hours before I start getting shiny. So I'm pretty happy with it. I've got a amount about that much, and I just kind of smooth it all over my face. One thing that I like about it, before I started using this Rimmel, I was using Milk of Magnesia, and I like that Milk of Magnesia left a white cast all over my face. It sounds weird that I like that, but I did because it absorbed the oil. My skin is super oily, okay? So when the Milk of Magnesia turned white on my face, it was like powder underneath my foundation that was going to absorb and keep that oil at bay. When this first goes on, it feels kind of oily. But then if you let it sit for a minute, you get that. Can you see it took the shine away already? After that sets on there, I get that kind of white cast. Sorry about looking over here to the side in the mirror on my face. And so out of all the primers that I've ever tried, I like this one the best because it almost leaves my face looking dry, but it's not. It's just that slight white cast that I really appreciated with the Milk of Magnesia. So that's that. I let that sit, and then I wet my brush with this matte finish by NYX. And I use the Real Techniques stippling brush, and I just put a few sprays on my brush, and then nice and dry now. I put a dollop like that. One thing about this Becca, I wouldn't say that it's a full coverage foundation. It really is kind of what I was looking for this summer, though. I would say that it's a medium coverage foundation, but it's buildable. But what I found that I made a mistake doing is I put it on, and then it looks like it's not enough, and I go and I put on a second layer, and then I don't like the way I look. I found that after I put it on, I should just let it alone and let it set for a minute. And it ends up being the look that I'm looking for. So, like I said, it's not a full coverage. It's not going to cover all my acne scars. It does, you know, I have a few dark spots. Not a lot of dark spots. I have huge pores, as you can see. Huge damaged pores from acne. So I don't know what can cover those other than something that works like spackling, like you would fill a hole in a wall. And I don't want to look like cake face, so I just kind of live with it. Now I'm just trying to smooth it in. I think I got a little bit too much. It's like I was just explaining to you, it always seems like it's not enough. Yes, I have a mustache, and I'm not putting anything on it to wax it because I have sensitive skin, and if I put that on there, it'll tear my skin up. So, I'm sorry. Excuse my mustache. Can't use Nair and all that stuff. My skin is just too sensitive. I peeled my skin off using that Nair and things like that. But anyway, so what I was saying is that I end up using too much, and then my face ends up looking overly white or overly cakey, and I'm trying to do this, what I'm doing right now, and blending out the line of demarcation, blending it right down my neck here. So hopefully you don't see where foundation ends. I don't think so. I think you just see fat rolls. So, and once I let it set, then I end up with the right coverage, you know, for what I can get from this product. Because putting more on just doesn't, putting more on doesn't make it better with this. You can get a certain amount of coverage, you put more on, you end up looking cake face, you look white face or whatever. So, it is a medium coverage. And it feels very light. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. It's not tightening or anything like that. It's not heavy, so it's great for the summer months. So that's that. I think that's the best I'm going to get with that. I'm tempted to put more on still because I'm looking for that full coverage. But I know what it's going to do if I put more on, so I'm going to leave that alone. And use a little bit of, if I have it, concealer. And I just use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And I think this is the color Chestnut. I have Chestnut, which I think matches my skin tone best. You see that? I think it's the best match for my skin tone. But I think if I wanted to do like a highlight, under the eye highlight with the concealer, I think I would need to use Toast. I bought that also, but I haven't used it. It's still unopened. So that is it. That's the finished look with me and my Becca primer. Like I said, I have the bad acne scarring that I can't seem to cover, because it's not just dark spots, it's actually damaged pores. So I don't know if I look really white to you, but I'm looking at myself in a mirror over here and I'm like, woo, that is definitely enough. I am like, I have really overdone it. I don't know if it's coming across that way on camera. So let me know what you think of Becca on my skin, or if you have Becca yourself, and how it works out for you, and how the Rimmel Stay Matte, which I'm loving, works out for you. And if you have this Pureless moisturizer, which I'm really beginning to like a lot. A lot of times when I put moisturizers on my face, it tends to encourage my face to make more oil, which this Pure List doesn't seem to do. It says Hydra Balance, so maybe that's why it does what it does. But anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.